welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. As always, before we get started, I want you to please subscribe. Just right down there. And please, please, please share these out on Facebook. And one more request, and I'm done. Give us a like on the video. You guys are great, man. Yesterday's video did wonderful. And I really do appreciate it. Today's video is kind of, I've not really titled this yet because I'm just making it, but so this is going to be a long type of title. It's not really the title. It's how Don and Andy interacted with their fans, how they handled that, and how they handled their careers, their fame. It's quite interesting, actually. And it's through an interview with Daniel DeVise, who wrote the book Andy and Don. So let's get into it. Don Knotts had a good heart, and he was also deeply superstitious about the ephemeral nature of fame. He thought that if he snubbed a single fan anywhere, ever, that the whole thing would unravel and he would wind up jobless and homeless. He did not take a celebrity for granted. In later life, Don would go to these celebrity signings, and he'd have a line out the door and around the corner. Everyone else would be looking on in envy and awe, and Don would stay there and sign every item. I don't think I ever spoke to someone he turned down or turned away. Remember, this is the words of Daniel DeVise, and that's Don Knotts' brother-in-law, as a matter of fact. Now, Andy, on the other hand, he had a rougher time accepting the public's adulation, and I think he was misunderstood in a lot of ways. Fame was Andy's destiny. Once he had it, he handled it well at some times and poorly at others. He was a wonderful boss on the Andy Griffith Show set. Every vibe I got from the cast and crew tells me that he rose to that role and came to the set with the right attitude and kept things happy and productive. Andy had a pretty good rapport with the press for the most part. He didn't share Don's bottomless patience for fans and autographs. There was a side of him that was insecure. And that came out when he struggled with fans in meet and greet situations and autograph sessions. Not long ago, again, this is Daniel DeVise, not long ago, Sophie and I drove into Wilmington, North Carolina at a bagel place that morning, and someone asked me what I did for a living, and I told them I was a writer, and I wrote a book about Andy Griffith. The guy didn't miss a beat. He said, I met Andy, he said. He was an asshole. Excuse the language. The closer you get to Wilmington or Manteo, or however you pronounce that, somebody got on me one time about that, Andy's home for much of his adult life, the more people you meet who knew Andy, or at least met him somewhere. Andy could be pretty prickly in his autumn years. He was also terribly shy in social situations where people felt like they knew him, and he didn't know them. And he was always at a disadvantage. But if you met him through friends, through someone he knew and cared for, then he was as warm and enveloping as the sun. Enveloping as the sun. Francie told me that Don was just as shy and insecure as Andy in some ways. Don sometimes had a very hard time interacting with fans and would forget he was famous. Somebody could be staring at him in an elevator and he'd be wondering if he had spaghetti sauce on his shirt. Overall, Andy handled celebrity pretty well. I mean, he remained famous and prosperous through 6 decades, and he engineered a full-scale comeback with Matlock. Not many Hollywood celebrities maintain their currency for that long. Goodness, he ended up with the Presidential Medal of Freedom awarded by George Bush in 2005. That alone shows the enormous reach of his fame. And that's what I got for you. I just thought that was very interesting. To me, that tells me that the guys really were into their fans. Andy couldn't handle it as well because of the situation, the social situation, where I'm sure everybody thought, you know, we know you because we watched you on TV. Whereas he doesn't know them, so it can be awkward. But I just thought it was really neat. And it made me proud to be a fan. And that's all I got for you. Don't forget the trivia question on the Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe and share it out on Facebook, and give us a big thumbs up down here. Have a great day. We'll catch you tomorrow. God bless. Be praying for you.